For a long time, I've been thinking about strengthening the Naga identity. And you can't just simply create an identity. It has to be owned by the Naga people. So, bringing Nagas together with the theme that we have chosen, Nagas without borders. Bringing all together will strengthen the Naga consciousness, and once this Naga consciousness is strengthened, identity emerges. So this the idea of Naga Day was to strengthen Naga identity.
I think, you see, the Naga struggle went through many testing times, and in the process, when people do something, they make mistakes. And when they make big things, they make big mistakes. The result is we have hurt one another very badly. I think just because we are at a loss how to respond to rapidly changing challenges. In the process, we have hurt, wounded one another, and the distrust and vengeful resentment has become very deep and pervasive. And so at this time, for FNR, representing all Nagas, saying that we want to look at where we have come from, and on the basis of that, our journey is right, we have made mistakes, now we must appreciate what we have achieved together, and on that basis of mutual appreciation and acknowledgement, we will be able to go forward. I think that's how reconciliation will be, I believe, powerfully helped, just because of the breadth of it, the vision reclaimed.
A very happy Naga Day to all of you in this program which has been organized by the Forum for Naga Reconciliation. Today we come together as one. We come together as Nagas. Like a loom that weaves a shawl, we weave our many textures together and create a vast garment of oneness that stretches across our land.
we're looking back and assessing the distance we have covered and what we have achieved. And many may not at all be thankful to our pioneers who in 1929, by their declaration, woke their people up. If the impacts of the challenges from outside are not to overwhelm us, but make us grow stronger, we urgently need to reach out to one another across the divides and restore the health and spirit of our peoplehood and nationhood. These are compelling reasons for us to come together and celebrate Naga Day together as we are doing today. God bless us all. Thank you.
Mr. Krihuto Sekose is a retired professor from Kohima College and the only son of late Mr. Rizikrie Sekose, who drafted the memorandum to the Simon Commission by the Naga Club. Thank you.
The Naga Club, which was established by some office clerks, dobashis, interpreters, village elders, and some ex-soldiers in 1918. The formation of Naga Club became the first ever Naga platform, which ultimately acted as the political platform.
You know, I still remember when we went to this thing, Changlang in Arunachal. We met some of the Naga elders over there, and then we had a meeting with them. And you know, they said like, we are not happy with the Nagas of Nagaland. Then we asked, why is it that you are not happy with us? Then they said, well, Nagas of Nagaland thinks we are not Nagas. But you know, we were born as a Naga and we lived as a Naga and we are going to die as a Naga. So we are not happy when they don't recognize us and recognize our identity as a Naga. So then, you know, that also really sort of, it really touches me. And I also feel that whatever it may be, Nagas should continue to remain as a Naga. And we also vision that, you know, today we may be in different administrative area or maybe in different areas, but one day, hopefully, Nagas will come together and that easing feeling will not be there, but the feeling of Naga, the oneness will be there. And so that was the idea. And I also vision that Nagas will definitely one day, if you continue to, you know, like work, I think Nagas has every chance, or, you know, there will be every possibility of Nagas coming together.
What is noteworthy is the far-sightedness of the Naga Club members who in 1929 decided our right to assertion as one people. I am sure some are here today representing the intelligence community from the government, and yet, dear friends, you will agree with me that to assert your right as a people is no crime. It is in fact a democratic value. I therefore dream for my children of a Naga nation where there is no hidden pan-tribal agenda. How I wish an Ao, an Angami, and a Tangkul would be invited to the Sumi Hoho, and a Yumchungar speaks at the Chang tribal Hoho, and vice versa. Or shall we say, for since you are all one in Christ, and therefore you are a genuine Naga.
Today, here we are, the young generation of Nagas, a generation that will carry on the legacy of determination that was assured years back. My vision for Nagaland is to see a state built by leaders and people jointly working together for the betterment of our society. I long to see a state with God-fearing people and not money-loving people. I long to see a state where there is no more bloodshedding but love sharing, no more corruption but contribution, no more factionalism but nationalism, no more quantity but quality, no more sitting but doing, no more hate but love. On this 10th of January 2018, let us all come together and stand up for what is right, fight the evils that dwell within us. And when many years have passed and we look back, we can proudly say to our children, and I quote, "When you go home, tell them of us and say, for you tomorrow we give our today, Koknalim."
In the spirit of oneness and being Nagas across borders lies the higher ground on which Nagas must firmly and proudly position ourselves to withstand vociferous elements and enervating influences that jeopardizes Naga nationhood. In the spirit of oneness which envisions you, me, and all of us as belonging to one socio-cultural and political identity lies the foundation of the Naga as a people with a common hope and a common future. May this convergence dissolve the borders of the imagination within us and gaining strength from within ourselves as a collective, enable us to open up and reach out to our neighbors with the message of higher and bigger human possibilities together. May the observation of the Naga Day consolidate and cement the organic bonding of the Naga people. Kuknalim. Yes, yes, yes to Nagas without borders, Kuknalim.
We are so quiet. Happy Naga Day! One more time. Happy Naga Day! Naga Day does not belong to the Forum for Naga Reconciliation. Many have asked these questions. I repeat, Naga Day doesn't belong to the Forum for Naga Reconciliation. It belongs to the Naga people. The spirit of the Nagas belongs to all of us. Often our generation have forgotten the younger generation, but today we want to look upon our young people. In this, we must change our outlook and our mindsets. Naga Day takes the first step of exorcising the worship of the past that has enslaved us in the present. We must now begin to pave the way for young people. We must begin to pave ways for young hearts and minds to hold the future of our land. Koknalim. Dr. Visir Sanyu will read to us the Naga Declaration.
I'll read out Naga Day Declaration. on this first day, on this first Naga Day, 10th January 2018, we affirm and uphold the Naga Hills Memorandum to the Simon Commission on the 10th January 1929 on behalf of the Naga people by the Naga Club. And we celebrate that Nagas are a peoples and a nation without borders. Nagas are a peoples comprised of many nations, living in their ancestral lands spread across the present state of Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, and Burma, Myanmar. By coming together in solidarity under the theme, Nagas without borders, we demonstrate our collective desire to live as one people.
And while others are coming, please, from the east, from the south, from the north, from the west, central, please just come. Now the Naga choir will sing. Let us listen to the message of the song.
It is for me to be able to address this gathering. You know, it is said that there are always three kinds of people in any given society. This threefold distinction has been noted and made by notable sociologists and public intellectuals. For the Greek people, the first kind of people in any given society are the idiots. The idiot is not necessarily someone who is mentally deficient. Rather, for ancient Greek people, the idiot, they said, is someone who is a totally private person, a totally self-centered person, and a totally selfish person. And who is the citizen? The citizen, according to the Greeks, is someone who has the skills and the knowledge to live a public life, who is able to live a life of civility. The citizen recognizes that he or she is a member of a commonwealth and thus strives for the common good. That is the citizen.
On the mountainsides, with the heaviness and brokenness of our past, looking up to the sky, I'll be wondering where do we go from here and now. merciful one, we're arriving home now. Hope is rising up, and we're waking up to see a new day. We found where we belong. I see a nation rising from our hope, and it's without borders. I hear the sound like the rain. It's a summer of redemption. We stand without borders. Without borders. Without borders. Yeah. Without borders.
We truly long for the national reconciliation designed by the Creator himself. For us, Nagas, it'll happen only when we realize the original pledge we solemnly made with God as our foundation. As promised children, we have faced a lot of temptations when we look back along the way from which we have come so far. We have been lured away, leaving the true path for a short time relief, because we humanly thought God's promise was too far for us to reach. Had we not begun with God, it would be a waste of time, indeed, for us to look upon His promise and keep the pledge. But we began with Him, and so we need to return to Him with the pledge we made.
Naga Day by Easterin Kire. This is our story. In 1929, the Naga Club submitted a memorandum to the Simon Commission. The first written record that stated Nagas are one. They made it clear they did not belong to any other race but the Naga race. The strength of the Naga past was in our oneness. Unselfish, noble, sacrificing, unswerving from the common Naga good. This was our strength. This can be our strength again, as we come together recognizing each other as part of the bigger Naga family, embracing each other with the love that politics had wiped out. This is our strength now. We know the Son. He sets us free from our inability to forgive, to set aside past hurts, and to love again.
ours is not to take the political groups to Delhi and to have a political talk. That's not our duty. That's not what FNR is all about. FNR is for reconciliation. So to build a Naga house belongs to the Naga political groups. Let them do building of the Naga house, but we are here to continue the reconciliation process. So now, to some extent, to a degree, we have been able to bring about relative peace. Now, we are making effort to a larger reconciliation of the Naga people from the east, west, north, south. Let us be a little more conscious about who we are, and at the same time, our reconciliation cannot be at the expense of our neighbors, like the Métis people, Assamese people, Arunachali people. So we have a lot to do. So the reconciliation is not exclusively among the Nagas, but we will have to take our reconciliation to our brothers and sisters outside of the Naga context.
Without any self-righteousness or justification or rationalization of the things that are not right, we immediately inspire others, and that is giving the best to one another, and instead of our worst. Jesus called it giving bread instead of stone, giving fish instead of serpents. I believe that if we can, develop that kind of attitudes or doctrine of life together again, amazing things will happen. And we are a bridge people located at the meeting point of great nations in great conflicts, ancient civilizations in great conflicts today. Our role is not going to be easy at all. But if we can become the people we should be now, and not pretend to be somebody else, God will know how to use such a ready people.
My dear people, तुम्ही खान development लागे, तुम्ही खान भाल रास्ता लागे, तुम्ही खान job लागे, तुम्ही खान solution लागे. আমি কি সুকু গুণ গুণা সাপোর্ট করিবি
আমি বি তখন ছোট মোটো একটা খলি না আছে আলফাবেট মানুহ তখন টস্টু নাইছে আমি কইছে দোকান লাগা দরওয়াজা দি থিং কুসি সাইবি কইছে কোসা নাই একজন গইনা ভুলাই যাইছে এনিকা থাকিবি কোয়া আছে না হইনা ওই আইছে আপনি লাগা কথা করা দেন দি ঠিক পৌঁছেছে লং লাইফ থাকিব আপনি কি লোক করব বলে মন চাই দেখা চ মইনা লাগা
কি কথা করি থাকছে
আপনি খান ইনকা ভাল কাম করা তো আমি খান বিশিয়া কি চাইছে দে কই কিনা বাচ্চা খান কি সমঝাই দেখা ইনকা হি ভাল কাম কৰি থাকি বিশিয়া কি যাব আৰু নাগালেণ্ডি চাৰ্চেছ থকা হিচাপ দিতো নাগা মানুহটো সব জিন্দা হি ডাইৰেক্ট হেভেন যাব নিচিনা না এটো ব্ৰা আমি খান তো চুত
ব্রাদার
ওয়াহ পাছে আইছে আপনি লাগা কথা করেন যে ঠিক আছে আপনি তো লং লাইফ থাকিব দে প্রেজ দ্য লর্ড
So from today, on Naga Day, on this 0 point, let us all set aside our differences, creed, color, isms, and borders, and come together as one, and make this day a dawn of a new hope for our mother Nagaland. This is our story.
Today is Naga Day, a day where we celebrate who we are as a people and as a nation. It's also a time for us to embrace differences and yes, to rise above them. It's also a time to consolidate on our commonness. But Naga Day is also an opportunity as Dreams Unlimited has demonstrated to us, a time to examine ourselves, a time to explore visionary imaginations. But above all, Naga Day is a call to common action. In a sense, the call to common action is urging you and I, all of us here, to be a light, a shining light in the growing darkness of our despair. Allow me to say this. When a nation is reconciled, it is the people who will determine the destiny of the land. But so long as a nation remains divided, the lands will continue to determine the destiny of the people. And today on Naga Day, as we come together under the theme Nagas Without Border, we have to question ourselves. Is it the land that is going to determine the destiny of the Naga people? Or is it the Naga people that will determine the destiny of our lands? And at the heart of this is a question of reconciliation.
As we stand here today, leave aside all our differences and march ahead. It's waited too long to see this day. Let's forgive each other and leave as one. Come to live alone.
To express my sincere gratitude to all the speakers and artists for sharing your message. And by the way, they're all here today on a voluntary basis, and we thank you so much for that. We want to also thank the Angami Public Organization for being a host, the Kohima Village Youth Organization for helping us, assisting us in many ways, the NSF volunteers, the tribal organizations for providing food packages and plenty of food packages. Thank you so much. The Nagaland Contractors and Suppliers Union for the water supply today. The Music Task Force and IPER for the sound system, along with Teja, Meru, Akile, Pele, and Marcus. We also want to thank Ms. Bampi Kevichusa for the design and tailoring of the beautiful choir uniform. We also want to extend our gratitude to our Chief Minister, Sir T.R. Ziliang, for his support, and all our well-wishers for your prayers and support. And above all, we thank God for this day and for each one of us. Amen.
Grateful to Forum for Naga Reconciliation, bringing all the Naga public from all Naga areas together. And we have shared our joys, our feelings, and with this, a new Nagaland, new era will start in our Naga homeland, covering all Naga inhabited areas.
Nagas deserve
to have a right to self-determination. Nagas must be free from domination. Nagas must live with dignity and with their birthright, which is inalienable.
I came all the way from Manipur yesterday, and I'm so excited to be part of the program, and I enjoyed it, hearing all the speeches of our elders, the learned people, and as some of the addressers said that intellectuals are here, we are aspiring Naga leaders in the future, and I'm just too happy that I was part of the day.
In the future, I hope we will stop talking about the corruption and all those things, and I hope that all of us will come together and we'll be discussing about how to go on further with this, or all new kinds of development that will be happening around the Nagaland.
In the future, the main pillars is us, and I hope we and us Nagas, like youngsters like us, we think big and we think of the future, and we visualize something that will bring us together, and we may all walk the talk, like not keep on talking, but do what we intend on doing.
Well, I think overall it went very well. It was a great day, great weather. Lots of people came, but I wish there were more people who came. But still, then I think we did a great job. We have invested a lot of time and effort for this day, for this Naga Day. So I think overall it went great, and we're also encouraged by the fact that there are many friends outside Nagaland who have been asking about this day and who have tuned in to this day. So
this hope is so hopeful. It's very relative. I don't know. It's if I have to really define now, I don't think I'll be able to define now because it's quite a very relative subject. But I am hopeful. Yes.
I think the day went off well. I feel that it's not the number, but it's the heart and the concern that the people came. That's why I think it was quite okay.
Bashim, can you tell me what your hope for the Nagas is in the future? What do you visualize for them?
I think I have so much hope for the Nagas. A day will come where all Naga will join hands together in unison, and we will rationalize ourselves, and together we will reason for the best in the future.